Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Hands up, lane. 47. Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44. Let's go.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they've got to be thrilled to have this game still at 0-0 after the interception thrown on the very first play of the game.
They certainly do, and what I enjoyed was watching him on the sidelines, because as the defense came off, he was there to congratulate them and really say thanks, because he threw the interception. It didn't turn into any points.
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play. Dalton to his favorite receiver, Green. 54 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a deep.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 33 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bullock good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Carlos Dunlap. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's Flacco. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
Yellow, yellow.
They're going with Lindsey. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Here's Flacco. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play action sack. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time, they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might...
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, 55 yards. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 12 yards there and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Flacco leaves to Lindsey on the draw. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Williams. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead is swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get your...
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now Flacco. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Bullock good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if I would kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Three wide.
Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green with his second touchdown here in this first half as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and the route is on here in this first half. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of...
Oh, now Lindsey lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And an alley to run. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.